Not everyone starts solving LeetCode in God mode. If LeetCode Easy feels really hard for you, this video will help. I was once like you, a budding LeetCodist with aspirations to get a good job and maybe even one at faang. But there was just one small problem. I was really bad at LeetCode. I mean, even the easiest problems were super hard for me. I just couldn't for the life of me get the submissions to pass. Of course I could get a few test cases to pass here and there, but not the whole truckload, and not consistently. If this is you, keep watching. How is it possible for LeetCode Easy to be hard? The short answer is because you don't know what you're doing. You lack knowledge, experience, and practice. The long answer is because LeetCode Easy is actually hard for people who haven't trained and specifically learned the required knowledge and techniques needed to solve the questions. Just like any new skill, this can be learned. Just like a muscle, it can be exercised and strengthened. The big question is, how are you training? How's your diet? How's your sleep? Do you expect overnight results? Let's break it down. Number 1, knowledge. There is a required amount of knowledge you need to learn to solve LeetCode questions. Let's take binary search, for example. If you have an array problem with sorted numbers that you need to quickly find something in, you probably need binary search. To solve this, you need to spot those hints in the problem description. You also need to know how arrays work. You also need to understand how to implement binary search on an array. Check left half first, then check right half, and keep dividing your search until you either find the item or you don't, and exit. This requires at least a basic understanding of time complexity, specifically O of n versus O of log n. Arrays, search algorithms, and time complexity are not easy topics by themselves. But if you're new to any of these, this easy problem will probably even feel hard. Solution: learn what you need to solve a problem before trying to solve it. Number 2, techniques. Then there is techniques. One way to solve a specific kind of array problem is to sort it first and then to solve it. This requires knowledge of time complexity and sorting algorithms specifically, but it also requires technique knowledge that this type of problem can be solved with the sort then solve technique. Another type of array problem can be solved with something called the two-pointer method. You start a pointer at the beginning of an array and you start another pointer at the end of an array, or you start both pointers at the beginning of the array, and they have slightly different logic to determine how they help solve the problem in question. Solution: start learning the different types of techniques for each problem category. Number 3, practice. It's completely normal to think something is hard if you haven't practiced that thing enough times. The solution: do it. Practice over and over again, but make sure you practice correctly. I recommend using a method called deliberate practice. It goes something like this. Do a thing, get feedback on that thing from a pro or at least someone a little bit further along than you are. Adjust your methodology, do that thing again, then repeat. If you apply these principles of knowledge, technique, and practice, you will eventually conquer your greatest fear. Use a tool like Blind75 or neetcode.io to help you get started. I also have other videos if you're interested, check them out on my channel. If you'd be interested in a video on time complexity and basic data structure concepts, let me know in the comments. And also, if you find this content helpful, please consider subscribing and sharing it with someone you think might benefit as well. It means a lot to me and I really enjoy helping people get to the next level. As always, I'll leave some helpful links in the description, and thanks for watching.